Previously on Wildcard Wednesday. Welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. Today I'm showing off my 2 new tattoos. I want to start by apologizing to Ashton and everyone else who didn't know these were non-permanent. These were from EZInk and I purchased them April 24th. They arrived May 5th, and on the right are all the designs that I purchased. Stay till the end for the total pricing and review. But here is the application process. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit intimidated. Online they made it look so easy, but I had to make sure and read the instructions several times. So first you want to shave the area where you're applying the tattoo. For me, I was doing the angel number 555 on my chest, and then I started with the smaller one because it felt safer. I actually forgot to use the primer, so the 555 wore off before my tiger sleeve rose tattoo. But the application is pretty easy. You just put the ink side down and you see the words EZInk. Then you apply a damp towel to it. When I was applying the tiger one, it was much harder because the surface area was much bigger, and I actually pressed too hard with the moist towel, so a little bit of the flower texture got messed up from smudging, from moving the tattoo, I guess. So be careful not to move it at all. And as you can see, after application, it's barely visible. The chest one is not visible at all because I forgot the primer. But it'll develop over the next 48 hours. I made the mistake of touching the ink, thinking it was done developing. And this showed up 2 days later and lasted 5 days. So that was a nightmare, and the ink does not come off easy. And this was the final result. Looked very realistic in the first week that I had it on. Even fooled people who actually had tattoos, and Ashton was the one who's like, you can even see the little bumps, that's how you know it was real. That made me laugh, and I'm so sorry, Ashton. You guys might be wondering, how much did all of this cost? Well, for 6 tattoos, it shows 8 because there was a free EZInk tattoo pack and shipping protection. The free tattoo pack never came, but it is what it is. I got the tattoos that I wanted. So depending on how much you spend, they give you upgrades. I got it up all the way until 75 to get the free express shipping. And the prices are on the screen right now. The ones that I was disappointed with is Fear Roses. It was much smaller than I expected. Didn't feel quite like an arm sleeve. I think my favorite is the 555 and Lover Scar. Those were worth the money in my opinion, as you can put them basically anywhere. Okay, I'm sure everyone has a lot of questions. The first and most obvious question would be, why did I do it? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got roped in by Instagram ads, and once you click on the first one, you know it's over. So I got bombarded with these ads, and honestly it's a really cool product. Like my gripe with tattoos in general is that, you know, some people don't respect their bodies, right? Like the people who get their whole body covered with tattoos and it just looks kind of trashy. Like none of the tattoos have that much meaning. Like they could point at it and explain it to you, but if you treat it as like an art piece, you wouldn't be painting different random objects on the same canvas, you know what I mean? They would have to all kind of match at least, and because of how people do tattoos, it's very sporadic, so chances are you have different artists, different styles, different designs, different textures, and it ends up just looking messy. But let's rewind to the first tattoo, you know? For me, I'm indecisive, so I have an idea of what I want as my first tattoo and where to get it, but I'm not brave enough to commit to it yet. So you can call this like a trial test run. Like, I know you can get laser tattoo removal, but I just don't want to go through the hassle. If I get something tattooed, it's gonna be permanent, or the ideal is, right? I don't know. Tattoos, they look pretty good to me actually. These were the leftover ones, so I'll apply them next time. But I applied the first one, turned out pretty cool. I like the knife through 2 hearts. Could have a lot of different meaning. So next I'm gonna apply the dice. And sorry for being topless, but just wanted to document the process. The other thing you have to watch out when you're applying is make sure your skin does not touch the other tattoo. Like, I'm talking, for example, the one on my chest. Make sure your bicep does not touch it when, for example, you're leaning over to apply the next one. I almost wish I had Annie to help me or something, because it was cutting it close and I made the mistake last time of touching it with my hand and the angel number showed up on my other bicep, so that was kind of an eyesore, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna do a fun trick here, which is I'm gonna try to do a double imprint so I can get the dice on my forearm as well, because of last time what happened. Even though I didn't intentionally do it, it stained my skin on the other side. But I realized I couldn't reach it with my forearm, so I had to basically just slap my hand on it and hope for the best. I will show you guys how this new tattoo turns out on Friday's episode if you stay tuned. I think tattoos generally are very cool and I hope to get one soon, but I want to be sure that I want it first. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on these, so honestly, EZInk is a great way to experiment if you are indecisive like me. For $75, you get to play around, much safer than had you committed to an actual tattoo that might have taken hundreds of dollars, couple hours to do, and you had to suffer the pain, you know. If it messes up or it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you're cooked. So EZInk, worth it. I swear the weather is trolling me. Like, how does it rain for 2 weeks straight? I mean, it wasn't constantly raining, but Calgary never rained this much. I keep telling people this, but all of them don't believe me. I remember like 10 years ago, it barely rained. Or if it did, it rained for, 1 to 2 days. Anyways, I just got done at the gym. Did arms today. Had a good workout. Got enough sleep. And dropped off 2 packages today. Wednesdays, other than my main video that I have to do, are pretty chill. So I'm probably gonna work on my website for the rest of the day. I need to rush home because my mom got called in to work. So she needs my bus pass. Oh, I had to squeeze in between 2 trucks. But yeah, just making final preparations for my trip. My foot still hurts from running on the weekend. It's getting better though. Hopefully it'll be good enough for Sunday when I go for my run. So you guys stay tuned for next Wednesday. It's gonna be an exciting episode. Talk to you soon. Look how nice the weather was just 2 weeks ago before all of this rainy nonsense came. I saw a family of geese. That was the first time I saw a baby geese. And I forgot to talk about angel number 000. from last time, and apparently it means new beginnings and powerful potential. Also, I had Angus burger when my partner came to town to sign off on his house. It was an experience. I never had it before, and it was pretty good. It was almost like Subway. I don't think burgers do all that much for me, but I enjoyed it. Apparently it's a very Canadian thing and you can only get it in Canada.